Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
Right now at 5, after decades on death row, new court dates are set for Richard Glossip. Why his attorney believes freedom could come as soon as February.
Plus, nearly 500,000 Oklahoma independents can't vote in primaries. What Democratic Party leaders are now saying about this.
And a quick turnaround for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They knocked off Philadelphia yesterday, and they go back to work tonight here at home at the Paycom. Steve will join us live later on in this show. But our top story here at 5, it's back to feeling like winter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Taylor.
And I'm Karl Torp. Well, because of our dry conditions, there is also an elevated fire risk for the state. Our crews were on the scene of this grass fire. This is in Logan County from over the weekend. Logan County Emergency Management shared photos of the damage that spread to about 30 acres. Crews say thankfully no one was injured. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist David Payne in the Bob Mills Weather Center.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to be a big problem moving forward. We were talking about this off air, that if we don't get any moisture as we get deeper into winter and coming out of February, going into March, we're going to have some real crazy days coming up, okay? And yesterday was crazy windy. We had a few fires, again, like we just showed you yesterday. Today, though, the winds have come way down. The sun about ready to set on the western horizon. And it is still cold, despite the fact we had sunshine really all day long. Last week, upper 70s, many of these 5 days in a row last week, we had record warm temperatures. That was the second warmest temperature ever recorded in Oklahoma City. That was last Saturday, high of 84. The warmest ever is 86 back in 1955. So crazy warm. Today, yeah, a little chilly, right? Back to the Arctic air. 18 this morning in Kingfisher, 20 in Seminole, the rest of Oklahoma this morning into the teens and 20s, even some single digits out in the Panhandle. Really cold there. Hey, nothing but sunshine. We're clouds in Texas. We're cold and sunny. Clouds down to our south. Those will stay there. And right now, upper 30s on the map, upper 30s to low 40s going on down south. So it's chilly with the north breeze at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, giving us wind chills right now in the 20s. All right, even colder tonight, but we're going to get back to above average. But how long will that hang around? Is there more cold Arctic air on the 9-day? And do we have a chance of rain or snow? 9-day forecast coming up. Guys, back to you.
David, thanks. A judge is secured and dates are now set in the case for longtime death row inmate Richard Glossip.
Glossip's attorney says he's confident that Glossip will be free in February. News 9's Haley Hetrick has details from the courthouse.
Monday, marking the latest of 3 decades of court appearances for Richard Glossip, after half a dozen judges either stepped down from the case or recused themselves. Oklahoma County Judge Natalie Mai is presiding moving forward.
She's not been associated with the DA's office or the Attorney General's office. She's got no background with the criminal division of the DA's or AG's, and I think she'll be on the case till it's resolved.
A quick hearing Monday morning to set February court dates on either a bond hearing or a release dismissal agreement.
We filed a motion to enforce what's called a release dismissal agreement. That's the agreement that we reached with the Attorney General back on April 1st of 2023.
Glossip's attorney, Don Knight, is hoping this case will be wrapped up quickly.
We don't think there will be a trial date. We think this motion that we have filed will be granted and Mr. Glossip will be freed in February.
That's an outcome that News 9's legal analyst Irvin Box also thinks is likely.
I've always thought this case will get resolved for credit for time served, a life sentence, and credit for the 30-some years he's done.
A previous judge denied bond for Glossip in July, concluding the state has sufficiently shown by clear and convincing evidence that the presumption of the defendant's guilt of a capital offense is great.
This is a murder one charge. People hardly ever get out on murder one on a bond. But I think based on the time and what's going on, the judge will take all those things into consideration.
Glossip currently remains behind bars at the Oklahoma County Jail. He was transferred from death row in April of this year. At the Oklahoma County Courthouse for Oklahoma's Own, I'm Haley Hetrick.
So the hearings are set for February 12th and 13th. Glossip's attorney says he plans to subpoena the Attorney General to testify. The state said they plan to file a motion to dismiss that subpoena.
The Oklahoma Democratic Party is addressing an administrative error that will keep independents from voting in primaries for the next 2 years. The state election board says it never received the required notice from the party. Democratic Party leaders say they regret the mistake and the impact it will have on voters, while calling for accountability from staff and state leadership. Election officials say there is still time to change party affiliation and all voters can still participate in the general election.
For the first time, we are hearing from the OU graduate teaching assistant at the center of a controversial failed essay. OU removed Mel Kurth from teaching duties last week, saying she was arbitrary in grading Samantha Fulnecki's essay. The junior claimed Kurth illegally discriminated against her religion by failing the essay that referenced the Bible. Now, in a statement posted on social media, Kurth's attorney says, quote, Ms. Kurth continues to deny that she engaged in any arbitrary behavior and is considering all of her legal remedies, including appealing this decision by OU. Meanwhile, OU's chapter of the American Association of University Professors says they're planning to send a petition to the university's president about this issue. The group is gathering signatures online, hoping to ask leadership to develop a harassment response plan to better protect faculty and staff. The chapter says it will deliver that petition on Friday.
Upgrades worth more than $1 million now underway at OKC. Riverport OKC. The City Council approved $1.2 million to get the whitewater facility ready for some major international events. That includes hosting the ICF World Championships next summer and, of course, the 2028 Summer Olympic Games. The renovations include building a new block system, and that's what they use to create those rapids. Also, a new learning zone for beginners is in the works. Coming up, the Thunder continued their 3-game homestand tonight against the Atlanta Hawks. Here's a live look from the Paycom Center. Steve's going to have our Thunder report coming up.
But first, a grandmother is killed by a stray bullet on Christmas Day. What her family is saying about their loss. And then tonight at 6, the new owners of the Price Tower tell us exclusively about their restoration plans for that building. We are now hearing from the family of an Oklahoma grandmother who was struck and killed by a stray bullet from a neighbor's new gun on Christmas Day. Stevens County deputies say Sandra Phelps and her grandchildren were sitting there on her front porch. She was actually holding one of them when a bullet from Cody Adams' gun struck her in the arm and went through her chest. Deputies say Adams was target practicing in his backyard with a gun he had just gotten for Christmas. Phelps' family says she was loved by everyone who knew her.
We just want her to be remembered, for who she was. She was a wonderful, loving person, and she will always be with us.
Adams has been charged with first-degree manslaughter. He was released on a $100,000 bond, and he's due back in court in February.
A civil rights group says it's preparing a lawsuit against a state agency claiming it's underfunded. The Oklahoma Indigent Defense System appoints legal representation in criminal cases for those who cannot afford lawyers. The Neal Center for Justice claims low-income defendants across the state are being denied effective legal representation. The group says public defenders are overworked and underfunded, leading to defendants feeling pressure into plea deals. The lawsuit argues those practices violate constitutional rights. A new report claims that Oklahoma City has the highest homeowner insurance rates in the nation, and now state officials say that claim is misleading. The report puts the average annual premium in OKC at more than $7,000, blaming tornado risk and severe weather. The state's insurance commissioner disputes those numbers and says average premiums are high, but not the highest in the country. Insurance officials say Oklahoma is typically in the top 5 nationwide, driven by storm-related claims.
Taking a live look now from our Lucky Star Skycam network. Nothing but sunshine out there today. We're staying cold, but what about the winds? Dave is going to track that and also a rebound of mild weather. His forecast is coming up next.
But first, you are looking live at the Paycom Center. The Thunder get back on track. They got back on track with a win against the 76ers on Sunday. OKC has a great chance at back-to-back victories this evening. Steve will tell us why after the break.
The games are starting to mount up for the Oklahoma City Thunder as we head into January. The Thunder is back on the floor for the second day in a row.
So between now and early February, the Thunder will not have 2 days off in a row, and they will play every other day, or in some cases back-to-back days like they are tonight. Yeah, our Thunder reporter Steve McGee joins us now live from the Paycom Center. And Steve, are you ready for what lies ahead? Because January, always a busy month.
Yes, it is. No, I am not ready. I'm not looking at the schedule completely. I have travel and hotels booked for the next 2 road games. After that, nothing. So tomorrow I'll be a travel agent and line up all the trips in January and hopefully lock down some decent price hotels. But this holiday schedule has been very family friendly. It was over Thanksgiving and so far over Christmas. And of course, we have that New Year's game with Portland coming up in a couple of nights. Game wise, looking back to yesterday's Sunday afternoon game with Philadelphia, it was a good one for Oklahoma City, or at least one of Oklahoma City's tallest players, Chet Holmgren, a difference maker on both sides of the floor. He needed a good game. He worked hard at it, but sometimes it doesn't show in all the games he plays in. It did against Philadelphia. Chet paced the Thunder with 29 points, plus he blocked 4 shots. This team, they are tough to beat when number 7 is on the go.
He contested a lot of shots and layups and dunks, and when he's, at that kind of level of play defensively for us, it makes us, that much better on the defensive end and allows for us to, run a little bit more on the offensive end. So his dominance down there was good for us.
As a team, we did a really good job of throwing different things out there, mixing it up, not doing the same thing over and over and letting them calibrate to it. Mixing a lot of rolls, a lot of pops, a lot of movement.
When Chet is playing his game at a high level, they are certainly tough to beat. Now the injury report, Trae Young, Norman native, former Sooner, he's going to be out tonight for the Atlanta Hawks. This will be the first time he's missed a game here in the state of Oklahoma as a member of the Atlanta Hawks. For the Thunder, Isaiah Hartenstein is out along with Jalen Williams. That's Jay Will of our Arkansas, and A.J. Mitchell just left the court. He was listed as questionable. Hopefully he plays tonight against Atlanta. Game time coming up at 7. Chris and I will be here at 6 with more on this matchup, Thunder Hawks. Back to you guys.
Got to get it going again, right?
Just take one game at a time, though, Steve.
It's been a little rough, and I think caught us all by surprise. But they're
San
still
Antonio,
#1 in the NBA. So
Yeah.
My in-laws in Texas.
Oh, and they don't let you forget what just happened on Christmas Day?
So last week I said, hey, nice win. I go, so far you guys have the Thunder's number, at least at this point. I was just being,
You're being nice.
I didn't hear anything back.
Oh.
Can't win. Try to be nice, cannot win. So anyway, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
Hope we beat them 1,000-1. That's all I'm saying. Arctic Air came in yesterday, so moved in, oozed in. It's a 2-day deal by tomorrow morning, coldest morning, and then tomorrow afternoon back into the 50s. So.
It's kind of been the pattern for us.
Yeah, 2 days. That's the longest we've had cold air. It's been a 2-day deal, really, for all of us. All right, so we're talking about how dry it's been. This is, again, has not changed. 0.09. We are at the 9th driest December on record. Remember, December is a fairly dry month, along with January and February, but man, you got to get some moisture in here, but we're not going to get any between now and obviously the end of the year. So we go down in the books as, there you go, 9th driest, 0.09 in the rain gauge. Not much rain, not much snow. All right, so the records from last week, the 23rd, the bars here, the numbers in red, those are the record highs. And just crazy. I mean, to break a record high is a big deal, but to shatter a record high, but to shatter 4 record highs by like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees. Our hottest temperature ever in Oklahoma City was back in 1955. We hit 86 degrees. If we hadn't had the cloud cover in here on Saturday, we would have hit that. Okay, but we made it to 84, and we still had some clouds hanging around. Made it to 84 degrees, out of control. And those other bars, those were, and will go down as record warm, low temperatures for the day. So just out of control last week. All right, back to reality today. Yesterday it started. 36 degrees in Oklahoma City. We're cooling off now. Dew point of 11, wind chill of 27 degrees with a north wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. All right, so 36 in Guthrie, 37 in Newcastle, 38 in Okarche. We have a light north breeze, still out of the north. We'll have it around this evening and tonight. Lots of 30s on the map. The winds have come down. It was downright windy yesterday. Today's been breezy, but the wind right now is about 10 to 15 miles per hour, giving us wind chills in the 20s. 21 in Miami to a 40 in Alpha, so much better there, but still chilly, okay? This is Arctic air, and here we go, and it's all tied to the big dip in the jet stream that developed over the weekend. Talked about this all last week. We'd be turning colder, and we are, and we did. But the cold air, major winter storm with ice and sleet and snow going on in the Northeast. I had severe weather yesterday, had tornadoes yesterday in 2 parts of Illinois and Indiana, but now they're getting some snow there today, so welcome to end of December going into January. All right, so power outages, quite a few in the Northeast, Michigan right now, lots of wind. Yeah, lots of folks in the Northeast without power due to that major storm system. And there's your Arctic air. From Oklahoma north and east, 10 in Minneapolis right now, 25 in Detroit. It's even colder across Canada, obviously. So, but this is it. After this, man, we warm it back up. And not as warm as last week, but much warmer ahead. Tonight's lows, upper teens to near 20. Winds will be light, clear skies. And then tomorrow back up into the 50s, so low to mid 50s tomorrow. A southwest breeze. Tomorrow looks great. Wednesday looks great. Upper 50s to low 60s, right? Well above average. And by Wednesday evening, this will be New Year's Eve, 80. We'll do a 47 degrees at 8 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock, we'll do a 44. And by midnight, upper 30s. So not really that cold. Yeah, you'll need a jacket if you're going to be out and about coming to downtown. Sure, bundle up, but no crazy wind, completely dry. And then highs on Thursday, New Year's Day, upper 50s and low 60s. So we're going to bring the year in good. All right, so there's your New Year's Eve, there's your New Year's Day, there's your Friday, 55. Now, that next cold front Saturday, storm system moves to the Great Lakes. We get a little bit of Canadian air, 47 for the high Saturday, back to a 60 on Sunday. And next week, more 50s still lined up and absolutely bone dry. Amanda, back to you.
Need that moisture. All right, David, still ahead. It may look like a thrift store, but for hundreds of Oklahomans, it is a lifeline. From meals to medicine, see how one Oklahoman and her store is doing it all. That's after the break.
When Delisa Jones opened Second Chance's thrift store, she had no idea the impact the store would have on the community.
Today, the store hires people it once served, but as Mike Glover tells us, that's really only part of the story. Here's tonight's Something Good.
By all accounts, this is a thrift store, a place to come and find some really good deals. But spend any amount of time here and you'll discover their real passions.
I opened Second Chances right at 9 years ago.
But owner Delisa Jones quickly discovered that the thrift store was answering a deeper calling.
Hi, Rhonda. This is Delisa at Second Chances. I was sending somebody over to pick up my bus passes.
Today, the store has become a hub for helping the homeless community.
We keep a file on everybody that we serve. In case we don't see them, we can go to their camp and find them.
Delisa helps her friends get their IDs as well as stores their medication to ensure that it's taken properly.
For me to see somebody trust me enough to come and check in with me on a good day or a bad day, it makes me feel really good.
However, her commitment runs deeper. Since she opened the store 9 years ago, she has also provided meals.
We want to say, here's a meal. What's your name? What's going on with you? I see you. I love you.
So without a kitchen, for 6 days a week, she and her staff create meals to connect.
This one right here, you're going to see I'm making a loaded baked potato soup.
They serve no less than 350 meals plus sack lunches every day. And as her friends began to tally up those numbers,
he said, that's more than 1 million meals. And I was like, that's impossible.
No grants, no government funding. All food purchased by donations and through the store.
It means that God is in the midst of it because we don't work on grants. We only work on grace.
1 million meals served without cost out of a thrift store.
We do a lot of cooking, Mike. Just know that.
That is something good. I'm Mike Glover for Oklahoma's Own.
I remember Delisa now, yes.
Yeah, she has such a big heart.
How many meals? Wow, that's incredible.
Look
good for
too,
her, yeah.
Keep up the good work, Delisa. Well, I know a lot of people are going to be heading out on New Year's Eve.
Not you.
No,
That's
I like my sleep.
Aren't you working?
Yeah, I'll be here as well.
You're working too, right?
No.
Are you really?
Oh.
You're not?
Okay,
Oh,
he's going to
man,
go out.
you pulled
get
a fast one.
Big night on the town.
You're not doing anything.
I was going to, but I realized that nobody's here this week, so I'm just going to join them wherever they are. There's your New Year's Eve, 40s going to the upper 30s by midnight. Looks really good.
Yeah.
Not
Go
cold.
enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
See you at 6.
Yeah.